everyone, welcome to Runs on Espresso. I'm Jenna and I consider my planners and notebooks to be my second brain. In today's video, we are going to set up the week of November 3rd through November 9th in my Happy Planner Toy Story color block planner.
So I'm switching it up a little bit because I have been reading comments, not on here, just kind of general forum comments on Reddit and Facebook and things that people think that Plan With Me's should be called Decorate With Me most of the time. And I would say because most of what I do is my weekly spread, which doesn't really dig into my plans. It's just kind of my weekly overview so I know where to get into the nitty-gritty. So I feel like none of these comments were directed at me, but they hit me like, yes, that is kind of what I've been doing is more of a decorate with me. There are plans on here, but it's not like the daily nitty-gritty dig into the tasks that I'm doing each day or planning each day. So my thought is we'll go through and we'll fill in my weekly overview because that's what I always do first. And then I have gone back to using the HB90 system. And so I have these printables in here. I use those to help me plan. And then lastly, I do my bullet journal. And sorry, there's a random Post-it note on the front. In my bullet journal, I fill out a lot of it at the start of the week and then add to it as the week goes on, move things around as needed, whatever. So you're not going to see like the full process, but you will see my thought process of like, what does my week look like? What tasks do I want to reach? What goals am I working on? And where am I going to fit them into my dailies? So that is what we're going to do in this video. It might be a little bit longer. Feel free to watch at 1.5, 2 speed, whatever you need to do. But I would love for you to try this out with me. If you like it, let me know, and we will continue to do this in the future. If you don't want to leave a comment, hit that like button. That lets me know. And then subscribe as well, because that'll, again, let me know that this is the kind of content that you want to see.
To start off with, I'm going to fill in my weekly overview, and then we will go through and kind of figure out what my goal work for the week will be, what my tasks need to be, all of that stuff. Long video, grab your coffee, your Diet Coke, your water, and a snack, and maybe your planner if you want to plan along with me, and let's dig in. And like magic, the planner pages are off of the planner. Makes it a lot easier. Now we have to figure out what we are going to do for our stickers. I have got things flying everywhere. Ugh, okay. I have got this one here, which is a Chrissy Ann Designs Club Planner sub. So it's got a whole bunch of different stickers, and this will be used multiple times. I have another Chrissy Ann Designs. This is a different fall one. This was from last year, I believe. So I've got kind of a different set of stickers left over. So this would be like, oh, I want to use everything up. Or I have the 2025 Celebrate. Oop, this goes to my journal. Celebrations collection to use as well. I'm thinking, since this one has the Thanksgiving theme, I'm going to save this one for Thanksgiving. And I'm going to probably alternate between these two. And since this is somewhat used, let's go with that one. And then I have my Celebrations Holidays. And I will need at least one payday sticker, right? Yep, just one. My desk is slightly messy. And up here I have my tray with my handy dandy tools So for these stickers, you need a permanent marker. So I've got this one from Le Pen. I use a Papermate Inkjoy and Archer and Olive tweezers. I've also got a slice tool if needed and an extra Sharpie. First thing I want to do is put in my date covers and maybe some washi. Y'all, there are so many decorative stickers, decor stickers in here. I will probably never even use them all. And if you know me, you know I like to flip the pages. I am going to put on some background music and speed this up so you don't have to listen to me. Okay, I got cut off because my battery died, but I think you saw all of those being put in. Now we're going to put in the big events for the week. And I have my Google Calendar here, so I can reference that. And, oh, I don't even need the payday stickers because I still have a payday on here. And we are going to take that and maybe make a fun little block here to use up the sticker. And that will go on Wednesday. So let's look at Monday. I have 2 meetings on Monday. So I could use these fun little wavy ones, or I could do some of these. I think we're going to try and use up as much as we can on this sheet. So we will do, let's see, these are afternoon. So we'll kind of put them right about there. And I need to build my sidebar. I have do this now, treat yourself. I don't have like a this week. Do I? No. Okay. But you know what? I do need to drive on Monday. So we will make a little, just a little sticker there for fun. Let's make it hang over just a little bit onto Tuesday. Straighten the car. No, I like it crooked with the sticker. Okay, so I need a Monday through Sunday sticker. And we can use this purple banner to write this week. I'm like trying to make sure I don't go off screen, but also still see what I'm doing. Put that in. So focusing on the first half of the week here, I do not have anything else Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, except for I have a little note here. So we'll use this purple box, and sticking with our trying to use up this page first. And before we forget, let's write in some stuff. All right, and we do have a little bit of room on the side of that sticker. So for fun, I don't usually do my decorating at the beginning, but let's take a look here. And let's see, I've used some of those. I'm going to try and stick with sticker sheets that I've already started using items on. That way, when I get them low enough, I can combine them. And I'm kind of thinking like these are too big for that little area. Could do the little sunflower, or I could do a little cup of tea, which you can't see. I think since I've got sunflowers, let's stick with that kind of theme here. Just stick that one there. And I was thinking I could stick the other one there, but we'll wait and see what else this planning session brings us. Back to our weekly spread, going back to workday tasks. I have a meeting on, possible meeting Thursday, possible meeting Friday. So I've used up those. So I'm going to use this orange one here, and let's see, that is afternoon. If it happens, I'm going to use this green one. That one is morning. And that is it for my meetings, events, things like that. So now we will move to phase 2. Well, not quite done. I need to fill in the schedule here. And while we're at it, let's look at what we've got here. Trash day is Wednesday, so we will maybe do something a little fun with this sticker. And funny story is last week I took the trash can out, the big one for the curb, and I didn't put the kitchen trash bag in there. So the garbage men picked up an empty trash bag. So this week we got to make sure we grab that the garbage and take it all out. It was early, I don't know what I was thinking. And then Sunday we will grocery shop. So I don't know if this will work. Let's see. And you're off screen. So this is like one of those little squiggles. So I can fit that in there. And we usually do that kind of like first thing on Sundays. Maybe if we do kind of like that. Okay, so now I actually almost am done with this week. I zoomed you in a little bit, so hopefully you can kind of see that a little bit better since I'm focusing on this particular sticker. Now my week is set up. Oh, I didn't do any decorations. I didn't put in my holiday stickers. Y'all, I am a hot mess right now. Alright, let's try this again. Maybe eventually I will actually be done with this spread. Alright, November 3rd is Sandwich Day. I feel like that one is going to go there. 4th is National Candy Day. Then we have bonfire night on the 5th. Thursday is nachos day. And let me tell you, there was a place we went to in Vegas, Nacho Daddy, very good. Highly recommend. And they had gluten-free options. Ooh, the 7th is Pink Friday. That means big sale coming up, I bet. And Saturday is STEM Day. And Sunday is Freedom Day. Which I don't know if these are all official holidays or if she's just putting stuff on here. So I've got some decorations here. These ones are all kind of puns. So if you can see that. I think I am going to use some of these and some of these. I like the little cashew later. And I feel like he needs to be kind of down to mark the weekend. And to begin the week, we've got Time to Talk Stalk or I Stand All Amazed. I think I'm going to do this guy. And we're going to put him over here, kind of overseeing the week. And then we got some stuff on here. I'll take that other sunflower. I feel like I want my tweezers. You know, I thought I was going to like that here, but I'm not sure I like that. Actually, let me maybe over here. I kind of like that better than on that one. And we got so many choices. We got this little chonky hedgehog, which I feel like he needs to go here. And then I want his buddy over here, so they're kind of like looking at each other across the page. And I got this little bunny guy. I don't like him over here because then he's looking off in that direction. Maybe he can be here. And he's looking over at the nachos. He's thinking, I want some nachos. I feel like we have enough animals on here. And I was going to put some of the leaves, but I'm not sure where I would put them. So I am actually going to call this one the completed spread. And my messy pile of stickers here. And through the magic of editing, here is the final week in the planner. Now we are going to work on our goals for this week. So the first thing I want to do is pull out the tasks and the task blocks for the week we have coming up. So by the time you watch this, we will already be in the week of the 3rd through the 9th. And I'm going to do one little look back at the week that I'm currently in. Now it is Sunday, so I am going to still be working on some of this stuff. But I did close out October budget. I finished that. I plan to watch this video later today. I don't know if I'm going to get to planning the Halloween pages. I am definitely not going to get to the paintings. I do want to clean the shower still, and I may or may not get to that task list. So then flipping the page, see if I need to update any of this. I'm pretty sure I am right on track for this. And this looks really low because my workouts have been limited. I have a little bit of allergy going on, so it's been harder to run. So now that we've reviewed that, where we're at, we're going to grab our goals notebook. And this has our reoccurring task list and our projects and tasks for my 3 main HB90 goals. And there is so much going on right now. So first things first, we are going to list out important notes for this week. So that is Monday and Thursday, our office days. So I know those are days I'm not going to have a lot of time or energy to do extra goal work because I have a commute. Hopefully I have a lunch, but sometimes I don't always get my lunch when I'm in the office. That sounds bad. I am an exempt employee, so sometimes I just have to work through my lunch depending on how the day is going. Let's see, anything else I need to note? We'll just put Sunday grocery shop. So I know I have that going on. And then over here we will do our recurring list. And I don't have the dot markers I was using in front of me. Okay, I think this is actually supposed to be a Kindle case because it's like the neoprene. It's from Sweet Bean Plans, but I'm using it as a pen holder because my Kindle is a Scribe and it would not fit in there. All right, recurring list. I want to reference the current one. So I do know I want to journal, and that should be about 7 task blocks because maybe a half an hour each night. Workouts, I haven't even looked at yet, but I'm taking it much easier this week because I'm still dealing with these allergies. Planning. I have 2 task blocks, but if I film and edit things, it's going to take me much longer than that. So we will leave that blank for now. I have reading. I'm going to skip that. I am in a major reading funk, and I don't even want to read right now. So that's fun. Cleaning, we're going to keep that the same. Laundry, we'll keep that. Laundry is a bit misleading because I put 6, which would be like 3 hours, but I figure wash, throw it in the, separate the clothes, wash, dry, hang dry, fold, put away over the span of 2 days, 2-3 days, depending on how long it takes, is probably equivalent to that when you add up all of the little things. So these ones are all related to goal number 2, and this is goal number 3. Now, I've been thinking, I separated my recurrings by the goals. I think this week I'm going to try doing them on the same line, and I can just color code the blocks like I do on here. Workouts, let's see. Waiting for my app. All right, so my coach has 5 task blocks for workouts next week. I would like to try to lift weights. Four days, which would be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm planning, I'm probably not going to film a video for next week because my Sunday is a little bit different than it is this week. So I am going to stick with the 2 task blocks for that. So then we have an estimated 31 task blocks. And I think these are each 10, so we'll go 10, 20, 30. And we're not going to bother with the 1. So I'm going to make a tiny little dot here so I know that I'm going to start there. And before I forget, I'm going to review. So I've got journaling, running weights. I've got planning, project life. I roll into something else now. I'm not going to read cleaning budget. Okay. I think that is everything for this sheet. So I'm going to set my planner aside and go back to my goals notebook. And this is probably going to look a little bit different this month because I am doing the rough draft challenge. So actually I'm going to put that here. So my focus is going to be mainly on goal number 1, which has to do with my writing and social media and creativity / businessy type stuff. My desk is getting messier by the moment. So this is my rough draft challenge plan. So Monday, I want to write at lunch. Thursday, Friday, write at lunch. So that's, I'll give myself like 30 minutes each day. I need my phone to kind of keep track of what I'm thinking here. So 30 minutes a day, and let's say, all right, let's see what, hold on. I did some sprints yesterday that were 25, 30 minutes. So let's figure out about 1, 2, 3, 4. So you probably can't see that, but I did about 662 words in 25 to 30 minutes on average. Oh my gosh. So we'll say 660. And 1, 2, 3. So that is 1980. And then on Saturday, I would like to write at least 1250, which would be 3230. And Sunday is one of those, I don't know what I will write. So we will leave it at, we want to write that many words. If I write more, that is awesome. If I don't, not a big deal. So I'm looking at my goal notebook over here, see if there's anything that I feel I need to do while for the week in goal number 1. I think we will, for goal 1, that is all we're going to do. So we will write 3,230 words. Which is about 5 task blocks, apparently. So we will put 5 there. We will see if that turns out to be accurate. For goal number 2, oh, I did the wrong color. This is supposed to be purple. All right, well, that kind of makes it a muddy purple. This one is blue. So we have our workouts over there. And over here for goal 2, we want to do Project Life. And let's see. I'm currently caught up on the quarterly kit videos. I haven't gotten my quarterly kit in the mail yet, so I can't really start planning that. I did finish my watching and listening kit. So let's see. I do need to review gratitude kit. And we want to start, since I haven't gotten to it yet this week, we want to plan Halloween spreads. So for my 13 days of Halloween, I've already printed off all of my pictures and like separated them into the 13 categories. So it's really going through my supplies and planning how I want everything to go together. And we need to watch. We've got start here, December daily, and then on Tuesday the product play comes out, so December daily product play. And I don't know if I'll get more than watching done, if I'll work on any of the December daily projects, or kind of like projects that planning, kind of thinking, I don't know yet. So we'll leave that open. I am going to set aside my clothing refresh and makeover for right now. So that is everything we want to do in goal 2. So since these are all memory keeping, I'm going to make memory keeping 1 line. So that'll be these 3, and then watch December daily videos will be its own line. So Project Life takes me maybe an hour, so that's 2 task blocks. Review my gratitude kit and maybe do some planning. Let's give that 2 blocks. And then plan Halloween spreads. Let's give that 2 blocks as well, just to kind of keep it consistent. So that is 6 total. And then the December daily videos, I think, if I remember correctly, the Start Here ones that I watched this week were each about a half an hour. I would like to do 4 of those this week. So that's 4 task blocks. And I'm not exactly sure what the product play will look like yet. I haven't seen those videos. So we are going to go with, let's just do 4. So we have same amount, 8 and 8. That'll be my estimated task block there. And then did finish that task this week. The declutter house, I'm going to put that on hold for this month, I think. At least this week. I do have a week off this month, which is going to be focused on some of these tasks over here. Although I do maybe want to keep watching Take Your House Back. So we will put that over here. And we are going to say we'll just pick 6 because that seems like a good number. I apparently like the number 6. And then we are going to look over on this sheet and November 3rd through the 9th. That is not right. Actually, maybe that is right. So we have a total of 91 task blocks available. And obviously I don't have that many estimated here. I do like to give myself a buffer because I don't know how long these will actually take. Sometimes they take me what I estimate based on the previous week. Sometimes they take longer. And I like to give myself a little extra room for other hobbies, and maybe I do end up wanting to read this week, so then I can do some reading. So that is my goal work for HB 90. That's how I set that up. This week, again, is a little different because of the start of the Rough Draft Challenge. So if we look back at, oops, I should probably take this sticker sheet out of there or I will forget it's in there. At some of the other weeks, you can see I've got several different things here, way more task blocks here. This looks a little bit less, but I've got a lot done over here. This week has quite a bit in this column. So it really just depends on what the week looks like and what I'm planning to work on. And so we will stick these back in here. If I can get to the right section here. And we'll need this to fill out my bullet journal, which I need to go find that now. And here is my current bullet journal. This is an art journal of A5. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for 2026 next year. I have A5, I have B5, I have square. So if you have a thought on what you'd like to see, drop it in the comments. And I have lots of different designs that we can use. So for October, what I did was a full page for each day with kind of like a weekly preview page. When I did my monthly review about what was working, what wasn't working, I didn't really use this meals section. I was gonna meal prep and fill this all out. I filled this out some weeks as we went along. Some days I didn't fill it out. This part and this part worked for me. I liked the daily page, but this was a little too much room. Previously, I had tried this layout, which was not enough room. And then my trusty layout was splitting each page in 4, having that weekly there, and then to-dos. This one, most of the time, was enough. Sometimes for my weeks, I felt like I had more that I hadn't assigned to each day. So for November, playing around, I had some stickers, so I tried to use it. So I've got memories and gratitude. I've got a currently page my normal miles and shoes. These are pages I sometimes have. I've got weekly focus, habit tracker. This will be for writing. I have a monthly to-do list, which I haven't come up with anything for that yet. A brain dump page. Clearly I had some thoughts. I've got a Christmas gift to buy waiting on for those. I did a wish list, which right now it has all of the supplies I'm going to need for December daily. And then I realized I don't have a Thanksgiving or fall mug. I have Halloween, but not that. So that's on there. And then I kind of want a little table runner that's Thanksgiving themed. So this is my new attempt at a weekly / daily. So I have my weekly to-do list column. Then I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Hopefully that gives me enough room. So I did that for each of the weeks. And then my reflection page, which I didn't label like I have the previous months. I just put in these little dots. So we'll see how that works. So the first thing I do is I go back to my weekly spread. And I look at, so Monday is an office day. I'm not going to be doing anything at home that day. Tuesday, I will have a workout. So I've got Tuesday, a 30-minute walk, and I would like to try to do weights. And that is my first day work from home, so my break time will be cleaning the kitchen. And I don't think I have anything else that's scheduled that day. Let me flip over to the Google Calendar. Tuesday, nope. Wednesday, my coach wants me to do a 30-minute run, and we'll try to do weights, and that is trash day, that is budget, that is cancel Green Chef or order Green Chef, and I'm missing something, bathroom. Double check Google Calendar. I don't have anything else for that. Thursday, office day. So Friday, we have 30-minute run, weights, and laundry. Saturday, 30-minute weights. Sunday, 30 minutes, weights. That reminds me, Monday, fold clothes, because I'm doing laundry today, Sunday, and the stuff that I put on the drying rack usually takes the full day overnight, so I try to fold all my clothes at once. So the dryer stuff already in the basket waiting to be folded. The stuff that needs to be hung up, let that dry overnight, put it in the basket, fold clothes on Monday. And we come back to Sunday because we need to plan week and project life. And we go back to our task list. And we wanted to try to write on Monday, on Tuesday. Nope, we did not want to try to write on Tuesday. Wanted to write on Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then I'm gonna put right on Sunday, just if I have time, if I'm feeling it, great. If not, oh well. So we got our I can't talk anymore. I've got our words on there, our writing. I've got Project Life, Review Gratitude Kit. Let's do that on Tuesday since I've got a dot here. That's something I can do before work. I can do that at lunch. I can do it after work. And then plan Halloween spreads. I've got quite a bit budget. We will put the plan Halloween spreads on Saturday. That way I can sit down and just do it for however long I need to. Like, the reason I think I can get this done on Tuesday is it's a very small kit, and it'll just be like, oh, here's an idea for this page. Here's an idea for these pocket cards. Boom, done. So the only thing I have left is the watch the December daily stuff and Take Your House Back. The product play, I think that came out on Tuesday, so we can't put that there. Well, I guess we could. And there's 4 modules for Start Here. So I think we'll do Start Here on each day. And since I don't know what product play is going to entail, maybe I put, let me check. Classroom opens and lessons begin on Tuesday, November 4th. New lessons will be available each Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday during November for a total of 12 lessons. So I'm going to do Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Now, will I watch that on Thursday? Probably not. I will probably watch it on Friday, but at least I've put it in here when it's expected to come out. And the last thing I have is then watching Take Your House Back. So I've got a pretty good list going here. So I think I will add that to Friday, Saturday, and we'll throw it on Sunday just in case I have a little bit of downtime. Alright, so I've put in everything for the week where I want it to go. As of right now, I don't have any specific to-dos here. I do like how I have this section, the watch list, where I can mark off when I've done each video. So we are going to, I guess we'll put this at the top. It looks a little bit different because this is like shiny paper and this is matte, but close enough. And we are going to do these are the only 2 shows that I'm currently watching on my own. So we will, anyway, those are the only 2 shows that I watch on my own. Everything else we watch together, so I just like to make a little note to remind myself to watch those, otherwise I will forget. That is it for the week as it stands right now. I will go back during the week and add items as they come up, things that I don't want to forget. Sometimes I will put things in here that I actually need to do the next week, but I don't want to forget. So that is how I actually sit down and plan my week. Real quick review, if I can figure out my planner here. So first thing I do is a weekly overview, so I know which days I'm in the office, when I have meetings, things like that. If I have like a payday or whatever, weekly overview. Then I use my goals notebook and I fill out the HB90 task block and task sheet, and then I go into my bullet journal and figure out where I'm going to do everything for the week. Let me know in the comments if you liked this video better than just going in and putting stickers down here, or maybe you prefer just the stickers. I would love to hear your thoughts on this process. I would also love to hear if your brain works like mine, or if it's different, how does it differ? Like, how would you do all of this kind of planning? And lastly, be sure to hit that thumbs up button if you liked this video, and hit subscribe if you want to see more.